more into it. But anyway, I love doing this every week with you so that we can discuss the Silver State Health Services, being you as the CEO of the primary care and behavioral and mental health, that you have a heart and love for the community.
Yes, Silver State is doing community service where we help immigrants, refugees, low-income families, veterans, and even homeless families. So
yes, and we're going to talk about the March 11 incoming event for a cause. So
Yes.
there you go. But
Absolutely.
anyway, we have a guest today. I flew him in from Australia.
Yes.
He stay away from the crocodile, whale, snake, so many snake. What do you think? Let's
Yeah,
welcome
and,
him.
And
yeah?
he's going to teach self-defense, right?
Yeah, yes. He did teach me earlier, and it's
good.
like I'm so clumsy. It's like, ching.
This is self-defense for anyone,
And
even
he
if you're
is
clumsy.
a world. He is a world self-defense champion around the world.
Fantastic. I look forward to talking with John further.
Well, let's welcome John Gill. Like a girl, they said Gill.
Yeah.
Gill,
Hi, everybody.
Gill. Hi, John.
G'day, mate.
Hi.
All the way from Australia.
well, today I said I love your accent, and you said you love my accent,
Yep.
right?
I love all accents around the world. That's going to be part of our world safe tour.
How old are you when you think that you want to be in martial art? Or
Well, at 11, I did judo for a few years.
Wow.
And also watching lots of Bruce Lee movies. And that inspired me. Not so much from a self-defense perspective, but it definitely more for an action. I've always been a very action kind of guy with football, rugby union, rugby league, tennis, cricket, sport. Just love sport. Just love sport.
And then slowly it evolved more towards martial arts?
Yeah, it was. I was going full-time tennis for a while and teaching tennis when I left school. So 11 did a couple of years of judo, and then I was focusing on my tennis after hurting my knee in rugby. And then I made a comeback. My auntie said, "Come and play tennis, much safer sport." Well, that's good. So I was getting into that, and then at 18, when I got my driver's license and I had a bit of freedom, I started doing some martial arts. You know, I tried a bit of everything: karate, kickboxing, this one, that one, and then I finally settled a couple of years after just trying a bit of that in Taekwondo originally, and did that with one group for about 3 years, and then I discovered probably the greatest grandmaster in the world, Grandmaster Sung Soo Lee in Australia. He's unbelievable, unbelievable. He's just like so good with Hapkido and Taekwondo under his Hapkido Muha Kwan and Taekwondo Jitokwan, which is international around the world. And luckily for me, he was living in Sydney, Australia, where I lived. Coming from Korea, of course, as a Korean master then, and now he's a grandmaster. And this is in the mid-80s.
How many kids do you have?
How many children do I have?
How many children do you have?
One.
Just
One that I know of, as the old joke goes. But no, I've been a good boy, it's right. But one daughter, Ellie, actually I just had her wedding recently, last October in Australia.
Congratulations.
Managed to get back to Australia for the first time in 3 years, because of COVID.
Why did you move to, by the way, I'm sorry to
Yep.
interrupt you, why did you move to California from
Because I
Australia?
married a lovely American girl, a Cambodian American.
Oh, wow.
Cambodian American.
Yes,
Wow.
beautiful Victoria. And we met okay, so to go back, so training in martial art, then teaching, and then I've been coming here to America for 24 years, or 25 now, since 1998, which started with competing in the American Black Belt Championships, which I won in the Korean self-defense division with the Rorty brothers, known as the Tai Chi twins, Joshua and Jeremy Rorty. They're actually fantastic. They've got an incredible YouTube channel as
And
well.
is that mainly Taekwondo? Or is
Hapkido. Well, Hapkido, Taekwondo is more of a sport, and now it's an Olympic sport, which is great. And that's the high kicking, and that's all the fancy stuff.
Right.
That's the fun, fancy stuff, but it's not really practical in reality.
Okay.
Hapkido is the practical one.
I see.
That's the complete art of self-defense and the original mixed martial art. Elements of Aikido, Jiu-Jitsu, Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. It's got everything mixing in with all Taekwondo, karate, all the basics from there. And that's why I attribute winning all these world titles to Hapkido, and taught extremely well by now senior grandmaster Sung Soo Lee.
Yeah. And then so Taekwondo and Hapkido are very complementary because they're very different, aren't they?
Well, they're brother and sister. They're Korean. So they're Korean and they're very, very, they're fun. They're just amazing. Taekwondo, as I said, got all the jump kicks and all the fancy stuff. You wouldn't use in a real situation, but you could use them in sport, as in Olympic Taekwondo, to score points. But I always made sure, even when I was teaching Taekwondo as a base, I always made sure all my students knew really good self-defense. And that was part of the curriculum in Taekwondo. And then the Hapkido, a lot of them get their black belt in Taekwondo, then move to Hapkido, which is very intricate. There's not a lot of Hapkido.
Which one is the most acknowledged in the industry of martial art? You know, I love Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan actually is a black belt in Hapkido.
Oh, wow.
Under Jin Pal Kim, and I met him. In America, he did. Well, he obviously started in China. It's kung fu and the opera and all these aerobic, you know, very acrobatic. Jackie Chan. He's great. And he's funny, which is good.
I love him.
Well, I think
he's
Taekwondo,
my idol.
and Taekwondo is very athletic, so for the kids, it really conditions the body, doesn't it? And then Hapkido really teaches the self-defense. So maybe you can start with Taekwondo and then just evolve to Hapkido.
That's exactly what I did with children, Taekwondo, but still taught them self-defense, grabs and holds, make sure they knew their self-defense. Because I've met actually Taekwondo people that have been beaten in a real situation because they're trying to kick high and not really know how to get out of holds and grabs. I even had some Taekwondo instructors come to me to learn proper self-defense so they can implement the system without having to do the full Hapkido system. It was just fortunate for me. I went from full-time tennis into full-time martial arts, so I got an opportunity to do it day in, day out for a long time, and that's what you need to do, particularly Hapkido to be good at it, because it's very intricate with all the joint twists, wrist locks, takedowns, sweeps, and that's what wins me these world titles in self-defense.
You guys did the show today with Alan.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys gonna have that in the video and the books, I think, coming up of your book.
That is SAFE program. The SAFE seminars or SAFE workshops. Same thing with the SAFE is an acronym for self-protection. A is for anti-bullying, F for fitness, and E is for empowerment.
Oh, fantastic!
So we're going to I'm taking the biggest women's self-defense program in history throughout the world. And I've been big in women's self-defense. I saw a need for it in the early 80s. When I was training, and all this kind of stuff, women would come in the door and go, oops, and they run out the door. And I'm going, oh, we just lost another woman. Oh, that's their problem. I'm going, no, I think that's not fair. The women really need this more than men. So I started teaching in 1985, just basic self-defense at schools. Another friend who was black belt, just basic self-defense at schools. And then when I got my black belt in Hapkido, I opened the women's, it was definitely Australia's, probably the world's first Hapkido women's only class. And I specifically did that, even though people said to me, you'd make a fortune if you let all the men in. I said, that's not the point. We need the women to be the seniors. So I just trained these women, and they got to like blue, red, black belt. Then I let the men in. And ever since then, my schools have been like 50-50. Which is good, because most martial arts, unfortunately, is more men-orientated. Even though more women are going into those sports that we all thought were for men.
Now, Silver State is doing a big program with Clark County School District where we're doing the sports physicals because we want to encourage kids to participate in sports because sports is the gateway towards leadership and discipline, teamwork, and there's so many fantastic attributes that come with sports. And we would love to do a program with SAFE to see if we can incorporate that. That would be very interesting.
It's, I'm going to make it available for everybody. Going to do an American tour back over to Australia in October. And I go back to Australia again in January for my pickleball. I'm also doing a game called pickleball, America's fastest growing sport. I'm actually
I'm going to invite you to the big event coming up, convention.
Oh, thank you.
For the pickleball. I mean, it's so interesting.
There you go, World Pickleball Association.
I'm going to send it to you, Oh my God.
I love pickleball. It's like martial arts, boom, 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 all these reflex stuff.
We need to invite them because there's a competition.
Okay.
I have to send you the invitation.
Sure.
And then you can invite your organization.
Yeah, that'd be great because that's a lot of fun. So what I'm doing, I actually put on pickleball tournaments as World Pickleball Association to help get that into Olympics, like Taekwondo's in the Olympics. So in 1996, in Korea, they had Taekwondo as a demonstration sport. And then in Sydney 2000, Australia, Sydney 2000, we had it as a full Olympic sport. And I was there when Lauren Burns, Aussie Lauren Burns, won the Olympic gold medal.
Wow.
which was fantastic. I remember meeting up with her at a real estate conference. I was doing motivational speaking. She did some her motivational stuff as well, like years later, and I was there on that day. So I'm trying to do the same thing with pickleball as a sport.
Right.
We're hoping that it might become a demonstration sport in Los Angeles in 2028. Then in 2032, it's in Brisbane, Australia.
Yes.
So I'm hoping then it might become a full sport as
Okay,
well.
so now pickleball is catching on internationally in
Yes.
Australia and Europe.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
It's so much fun. I mean, I love my martial arts and tennis, and I've looked at, and it's fun in both of those sports without a doubt. But I've never, the 3 years I've been doing full-time pickleball since January 2020, since coming here full-time with my wife. It's just been amazing.
Yeah.
I've never laughed so much in my life.
The interesting thing about
Makes me really happy.
pickleball, it seems faster. The pace seems to be a lot faster, and kind of like ping pong, where,
Yeah, boom, 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 boom,
where it's
boom.
very
Yeah.
quick.
A lot more engagement.
Why they name it? Why they name it pickleball?
There you go. That's a very good.
Why-
Okay, I'll tell you,
what
audience.
Is the difference of ping pong and pickleball?
It's a fun game with a funny name. That's what I always say. And it's like you can't judge a book by its cover. You can't judge a game by its name. Because some people are saying, "Oh, pickle, what a stupid name." It's not stupid because they have all these other funny names around it, and it makes it more fun.
Right.
Pickle boat races in 1965.
Oh wow!
Joel Pritchard, Barney McCallum, and his mates all discovered this game called pickleball on a badminton-sized court with a wiffle ball, and it's evolved obviously since then, and things have changed. But the pickle boat races were a hybrid of crews. Actually, you know, this crew, that crew. They could have called it a hybrid ball, I suppose. But of course, pickleball is a hybrid, a mixture of tennis, ping pong or table tennis, and badminton on badminton-sized court.
Yeah, badminton.
They called it pickleball after that. There's rumours later it was named after Pickles the dog, but apparently, I know, Pickles the dog
Pickleball.
came later. But they just did that as a, and obviously they made that a story because probably people like dogs better than boats.
Right.
Pickles the dog.
So you're the expert, and you guys have an organization.
Yes, World Pickleball Association, the worldpickleassociation.com.
Well, we would like to invite you guys to compete because it's part of the competition. It's
That'd
going
be
to be a
great.
big convention here.
Yeah, that'd be great. Because as Mark mentioned, sport in general. Now, maybe in martial arts is not for everybody. Football's not for everybody. Baseball's not for everybody. Pickleball is for everybody. You know, I mean, whatever, not martial art.
We
But
can put one downstairs. for
yeah,
pickleball.
exactly. You've got an area down there. It's so what? Getting back to your amazing contribution. So thank you so much for your amazing contribution to the poor, homeless, and with medical
of course,
facilities.
Yes.
So my ultimate goal is I have a safe foundation for the prevention of violence and homelessness. So the prevention of violence means free, safe courses for the ones that can't afford it.
Right.
And get them into sports like pickleball, which is easy to learn. And tennis is great too. It's just a bit hard to learn.
Yeah.
And it takes a while to get going. So pickleball you can learn straight away and play within probably a couple of hours, really.
Right.
The hardest part's probably remembering the score. So I want to incorporate, my ultimate goal is to have a block of land, acreage between here and LA and Las Vegas somewhere, big, it's be a huge
Yeah.
sport, like health and sport resort for the homeless and poor or vulnerable.
Well, so many
very,
people
very great
are
idea.
putting that together, and then until today, I never sent no one yet to have that resort type with. Maybe this is a first, you know. I mean, it's so many people from all running candidates. They always use this as their key turn, you know. Vote for me, I'll take care of the homeless. Vote for me, I'll take care of all these veterans. But you know what? I realize all these running candidates are so liar. They just make this, you know, as their ticket so that people will vote for them so that all these homeless can be, you know, get out in a street. But a lot of them, when they won, they forgot about them. I mean,
Well, action
maybe this
speaks
is a
louder than
first.
words. I was
Yeah.
in an interview with Tony D'Urso, who's very famous as well, and action speaks louder than words. And I'm an action kind of guy. I get things done. And if I say I'm going to do something, I do it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, this kind of situation takes a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I don't have a lot of money
Yeah.
because I'm trying to build up my,
Yeah.
after meant to be teaching here in Hollywood 3 years ago,
Yes.
I couldn't do that because of COVID, so I've been building a whole lifestyle. I had to sell my house in Australia just to survive in America, and now I'm trying to build these tournaments. And I've helped, what I've been doing, I haven't even got enough money to form it as a proper, you know, organisation yet, as far as I just call it Safe Foundation Prevent, I want to, but I've been helping some individual people. An 88-year-old lady that needed some help with accommodation and finding a family, we did that. Another young guy that was trying to get on his feet, so individual people because I've been meeting people after delivering food to the homeless in LA, boxes of food as a volunteer in LA and Orange County. People, I said, well, I'm not scared of them because of who I am. And if you talk to them, the issue is a lot of them aren't necessarily violent, but they're mentally ill.
Correct.
Now, mental illness is a horrible thing. Now, the issue with the programs with the city, and I think I read somewhere, I think LA getting like $1 billion a year towards the homeless. You can't just put someone in a home and say, there you are.
Right.
Go for it. Here's some food, vouchers, and have a great life. It doesn't work that way. You've got to have fun. You've got to have goals in life. You've got to build your self-esteem and self-worth and self-confidence. Now, building self-worth, self-esteem and self-confidence comes from traditional martial arts and self-defense training. It gives you a lot of empowerment.
John, not just that, because some of them are actually, they have a depression, they have a stress, so they still have to go to the clinic, behavioral, mental health. They have to be educated to that to make sure they are their well-being is basically in a good state of
mindset
mind.
and
mindset.
Things. So exactly. So you've got to have that counselling as well, but sport. You need exercise.
Right.
Like I don't hardly drink.
I
don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't need to because I get high on natural endorphins through sport.
Right. Now, what about those parents who may have a feeling that martial arts may contribute to violence, or how do you respond to that fear?
Okay, actually, it's the opposite.
Yes.
The more you do traditional, not just putting someone in a ring and not having philosophy. We have a very strong philosophy. The more martial arts, traditional martial arts you do, the less likely you want to fight. And you're taught not to, and you can lose your black belt if you do wrong. So it's amazing. It has a reverse effect.
Fantastic.
So it actually gets stress release out, gets that kind of action out, and then you go, oh, that feels good.
So for the parents of these kids that we want to bring martial arts and self-defense, it really teaches more than self-defense. It teaches a way of life, respect, how to treat other people as an equal.
Exactly. First thing I do is teach people.
I know you don't have much time. You said you had to meet people. Why don't you show us, and me and Mark can actually, have that little tiny
We'll show a few techniques. I just want to answer that question, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Because yes,
bullying is a big problem.
Well, SAFE stands for self-protection, anti-bullying, fitness, and empowerment. Okay, so that's what it stands for. So I want to start with the SAFE workshops for women and children. So it's all for beginners, very easy. Then that's a stepping stone to the traditional martial arts. The problem with some of the martial arts schools, you kind of go in and they want to sign you up for years, and that's okay. You want to like it first, and you want to be introduced in the correct way by learning some techniques and some moves, and then you don't feel so intimidated when you do join a school. And yes, you will have there's huge philosophy, respect. The first thing I teach is how not to fight. We actually teach children how not to fight, respect other people, treat people with respect, and be polite and kind. Then they won't want to punch you in the head.
Right.
You know what? Let's talk about the respect. You know what? I wish we can. I know we can. I know we will. Right? Filipino, our tradition. Okay. They teach us how to respect. Either we don't go to martial art. Only by looking. Emotion, eye, mouth, hands, and movements. So, for example, how I grow up. Because we are like 11, but my sister died of breast cancer. I love you, sis. But anyway, in the Philippines, okay, my parents just look at us. That means you're not belong. When we have a visitor, you're not belong to be out there by just looking. How could we not use that? The techniques is just by looking the children. That means, okay, you had to move. And you have to go somewhere else because we have a visitor. And then if there's someone is, acting, all we have to do is look at it and go like this.
Well, parents there's a thing called BP, and that was I don't know if you have it here. It's a gas station in Australia, BP. I call it bad parenting. So you've got to have. I was lucky. I did have good parents. My dad was head of RAF. He was head of radar in World War II. Worked with Americans in the Admiralty Islands. Tough man though, in a lot of ways, and had a place to telecommunications. But he was tough on us in a lot of ways. But Mum was very caring and beautiful and kind. So it was a really good combination of discipline, respect, and I'd always call. Everyone I met, Mr. and Mrs. or Auntie Mays, Auntie, I'd be very respectful. Mr. and Mrs. when I was a young kid, I was taught from a very young age, respect, being polite to people, and martial arts just accentuated that with the bowing and the philosophy, the Asian way of philosophy and respect and the beautiful and Cambodian way we do the bowing, and I've just always been like that. So no one's wanted to beat me up because I've been, whatever. But so I've done it for other reasons. But yes, there is the odd attacker that'll just jump you. Particularly with women, the issue there is 1 in 3 women are physically or sexually assaulted in their lives, and that's got to stop. If you do a safe program, 1 in 4 kids are, 25% of kids are physically or emotionally bullied, including online. And Facebook and all these social, they've got a lot to answer for. That's got to come off straight away. No bullying. It should be like. They should be charged for that kind of thing, and there's people who've suicided from being bullied even online, let alone physically. So because these people, these bullies have low self-esteem themselves. So they want to take it out on other people. So a lot of our stuff, I've worked with top psychologists in Australia, as well, Richard Thorpe and Robin Brass, thank you, and and all these other people with all the verbal strategies and verbal de-escalation, how to act, how to talk you out of it, how to stand if someone's being aggressive. And we teach the RAD technique. R is recognise a potentially dangerous situation. A is avoid at all times. And D is defend if necessary, only if necessary. First thing to do is run and all that. See, martial arts different in the point sparring or the continuous sparring in Taekwondo, and that you're trying to get points. So you're going in and trying to get angles and points and kicks. That's a sport. In reality, self-defense is getting away, which I'm about to teach you soon, getting away from the opponent and running. And it maybe you might have to. There's some non-aggressive techniques. If some drunk comes up, there you go, and just go. But someone's trying to grab me and pull me into a car, I am going to hit them in the eyes, nose, throat, groin, or knees to give me enough time to escape. I can't be. They're not being nice to me, so I should be nice to them. They started it.
So what you're saying is awareness is first.
Awareness, definitely.
Awareness, and then what you do with that awareness. Avoid a bad situation. If you're aware of a bad situation, don't make the choice to enter it. Avoid it. And then the third is if you can avoid that situation and somehow you're in it, then you
defend if necessary.
Well,
if you can't get away.
Let's try it. But
one more thing I'll talk about before we do that is domestic violence is an issue. So alcohol is a major issue. So I agree with America that 21 should be the drinking laws. Australia, it's 18. I think that's too young. And I think that there's a very big issue in domestic violence. So I can teach, and we teach strategies where if they strangle, you can get out of it and run away. But if you see male or female, I'm not going to be whatever, coming home very angry, very drunk, instead of yelling at them, what do you think you're doing? You're doing that again. You're a stupid idiot. And they get aggressive, and that boils. So look, Peter, I know you've had a tough day. Let me get you a cup of tea. Relax. They're still aggressive. And you're sensing something, what we just talked about awareness. Then you go, oh my goodness, I've just forgotten my laptop at Mary's place. And I really need that for work tomorrow. So go to Mary's house. Make an excuse up.
Let me add this one.
To get away.
About bullying. What do you think is the best? Do you think so that these kids have to fight back?
No, it's not fighting back. It's only defending. So you can verbally, you can use sense of humour. Oh, you're fat. You're a fat pig. Oh, thank God for that. Keeps me warm in winter. And they'll kind of go, oh.
But
what's your excuse, mate?
No,
use humour. Use humour if you can. If you can.
Diffuse the situation.
Use humour and walk away.
No, you can't, because
walk away.
Some kids cannot tolerate that. They go to the depression.
Sure, that's why you try and walk away with a smile on your face. Don't give them an opportunity to come at you. If it's physical, that's a different thing. That is more self-defense or self-protection. No. So walk away. Ignore the bully. Ignore the bully.
But I think it's a process, because if the kid has self-esteem, they can respond with humor.
That's
but
right.
But if they have low self-esteem,
That's right.
they may take it defensively.
Exactly, and that can cause youth suicide and a whole bunch of depression
Correct,
and problems. So that's why they all need to do these safe programs.
Right.
Every
And
woman and
that's why I
child.
like the E in your SAFE program.
Empowerment.
Empowerment.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very good for you. And traditional martial arts, I'm not saying get in the kickboxing ring or the UFC ring. You'll find most of them non-contact if the instructors are teaching properly. When you're a beginner, no rolling, no falling, no contact. When you're a beginner,
Right.
go to traditional martial arts. It's very, very good for you. Extremely good for you.
Yes.
And it even had surveys from Psychology Today have higher levels of self-esteem and lower levels of anxiety by doing that kind of training, and even more socially intelligent. Actually, Psychology Today, even in 1995, had that in their program.
Yeah, well, I really like how you make it safe, where the parents actually understand what the kids are learning.
Yes.
Because oftentimes we send our kids to martial arts, but we really don't know what the kids are learning. We think they're learning how to fight, how to be aggressive, become more of a bully.
It's opposite. Yep,
yeah,
absolutely opposite.
But I think that's some of the fears that some of the parents have.
I know you got the Karate Kid movie with the Cobra Kai being the bullies. It's in reality. Most martial arts schools are fine.
Do you teach also if the parents cannot afford to pay? Do you accept the kids?
Yes, and the other thing is we do if they recommend people, we give them discounts, and they can pay nothing if they actually recommend people as well. But the safe that's what Safe Foundation wants to do: give people free lessons for the poor that can't afford it.
Right. Now, how can we certify instructors so that we can certify instructors to go to the schools to conduct a safe
Well, that's
program?
what I'm working on, the certification program as well. As this weekend, we're doing the DVD.
I think, John, it's also better that we can actually just get donation. You know, if the parents cannot afford to pay monthly, they can make a donation.
That'd be great. And we have corporates behind it. I do corporate workshops. Corporates.
Yeah, workshop with them, and then find out what is their status. You know, if they don't have enough, sustainable income, then we just base into that and give them a discount.
That's right, exactly. I was thinking that if we had a regular school going, if they certain income pays this much, so that's one way of doing it. But also you need to give them a bit of incentive to recommend other people and get discounts.
And then we can get some donation from other people.
And donations from corporates.
I'm
happy to do corporate videos and sponsorships for any help with the foundation and helping women and children learn all this. You know, I just heard of one of these. Women got stabbed to death last in November in Las Vegas as well.
March 11, bring your seminar in there at March 11th, Orleans. So let's try the test. Come on, sis, can you bring up we're just going to stand and then we're going to show, because I know he doesn't have much time.
Oh, that's all right.
That's
more important. It's all good.
Okay, so come on, let's do it. And then we're going to do shout out with people that join us here in the studio.
Okay.
All
right. You go first, because I already done. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so,
all right, so
am I going to be a bully, or am I?
No, I'm gonna do it. I'll be the attacker.
Oh, you're the.
So I'm going to grab you, and you're going to learn to get out of it. So I'll give you a couple of ideas. So obviously, avoiding the situation is also a physical action.
Yeah.
So if I go to grab you, I got to grab you now without teaching what to do.
Right.
Now you got to grab me.
Okay. See, I can't grab.
Yeah.
Now watch the action. Watch what I do. Grab me again. And I step the foot, and I'm immediately running.
Yeah.
I can front, but I can run.
Yeah.
It's only when you can't run you need the technique to get out, which I'll show you a few of those as well. So I go to grab you, and you simply bring that arm to your left shoulder quickly, and run, and step the foot. And actually, we actually practice.
I better stay away.
That's part of the effort. That's part of the effort fitness. We actually practice the running.
Yeah. Oh, go.
We make people run. Obviously,
you cannot do that.
Now, good. Now, number two, I'll do number two, one on each other. Number two, if they actually do grab you, maybe you're not watching or you weren't paying attention, and they grab you, they can do it non-aggressive, just twisting out, but seriously, if someone grabs you like this and they're actually pulling you, it means they're wanting to take you to a car or abduct you. So you simply palm strike into the nose.
Yeah.
Boom. Now, what'll happen if you're not trained? If you're not trained, do it to me. Thanks, Mark. If you're not trained, you'll kind of all that kind of stuff, right? If you're trained and they're pulling me, I'll just go, thank you.
Yeah.
and I'll
What
I'll
about-
use the
what
power
about-
into there.
we're
So ready,
so
get ready.
feminine, like,
That's right.
Yeah.
So no, and that'll stun me, and then you run. All right, you can hit the eye. That's it. Eyes, nose, throat, groin, knees. They're the most
and then
vulnerable
what
areas.
about the knees?
Hitting with the knees is good,
Yeah.
and or kicking towards the knee like that,
Yeah.
and kneeing into the groin. So that's the next one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So again,
If I'm,
I go to grab you.
okay.
I go to grab me with two hands.
Two
With
hands.
Two hands. Go to grab me.
Okay.
Same thing.
Same thing. Both.
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
hands.
Ready?
Okay.
That's it. And the foot run. That's it. Taekwondo run, happy run. Okay, not do, run. All right, now, hold on. What's happens here? What are we going to do?
Okay.
Arielle, what are we going to do?
Fall in.
Arielle, what are you going to do? That's it. I'm pulling it towards me, so you use the knee. Instead of struggling and wasting energy, just drive all that energy with your knee.
Yeah.
So you initially, do it to me,
Okay.
you initially step back, initially, to then drive
Right.
the
Got
knee
it.
through. Or you can kick if for some reason you can't reach. You kick into the shin, kick into the knee, boom, and that'll let go pretty
Yeah.
quickly. Okay? So it's a basic frontal grab from here.
Right.
Now, if someone comes up you aggressively around neck, this is getting very serious.
Yeah.
So this is more of a, they're trying to
Choking,
strangle
choking,
you. So
strangling.
this is where, it'd be nice to do a non-aggressive technique, but no, this is pretty serious.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Here.
what would you do if I went to do that?
Probably that.
Yeah, nearly. What would you do? Yeah, not bad. Okay, do it to me.
Or maybe.
Come at me.
Or aggressive.
Yeah, come at me.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Whatever.
You can't laugh. You have to be
Probably the
serious.
groin would even be enough, all right? So
Try it.
again, so you
Go.
try the block,
Okay.
double block to stop me.
block, okay.
Of course, if you can run, if you see them coming, you run.
Right.
But just do the step back and do the block.
Yeah,
But
okay.
meet me early. That's it.
And then.
Yeah, that's it. Then knee. That's right. You can even pull the arms down the knee.
Okay.
Perfect. So you can even do this, or if for some reason you can't do the knee, maybe I've stood too far back, so come at me again. I'm further
Okay.
back. I can lead with a kick
Yeah.
or a palm.
Yeah.
I've done the knees only for the close in. Knees and elbows are used for close in techniques and defense, and the legs.
Guys, John Gill is actually
boom.
showing self-defense simple as this. So you guys can watch it and apply it to you if something
But you've got to come to a safe
Yes.
seminar because
Seminar,
otherwise
yes.
you won't. You've got to practice it.
Yes.
Now I've got some great stuff on my John
And I'm
Gill
gonna
Self
get
Defense
this,
YouTube, but well, that's good. But you can still
Key,
practice.
because sis has
Keys
so
are
many
good too.
keys. I don't know what this key is for. So
Yeah.
you can do it and then
Yeah, well, if you had Keach. Also, I do advise. Actually,
like
Australia, you can't have mace. I tried to bring in the capsicum chili spray many years ago, and they wouldn't let anything for self-defense in
really?
Australia. Nothing. And I definitely disagree with guns for self-defense because they could use it against you, and you can't get to it. I guess it's a bit of a sore point, and I don't like guns. But anyway, capsicum chili spray, they've got some beauties now. They've even got ones to shoot 40 feet. It's more mace, 40 feet. Pepper sprays
so
and
yeah,
mace.
what about the
Get yourself a
pers-
pepper spray from Big Five, $10.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about if the person
Yeah.
has a gun?
That is very difficult. But the thing is, most people use guns to make you do something. They don't really want to just kill you unless you rip them off $1 million or something, or rape their daughter or something, and then they'll probably kill you. But you know what I mean? It's more to make you comply. So I'll comply. So even I would comply. I don't care if I lose my wallet.
Yep.
If you want to have a dummy wallet, if you're really worried, have a dummy wallet on you with a few dollars in it. If you shouldn't really carry much cash anyway. Just give them everything and comply. There is a technique.
What about pretend you have a knife?
Okay, so there's techniques where they say run away from a knife, run
Yeah.
into a gun. But this is high level training. I can do it because I'm highly trained. Beginners, it's going to take a while to get to that. We still can teach a knife defense, which is if someone did stab you, or we'll do it slowly. Someone goes, let's stab you, I come here and bam, bam.
Yeah.
They're on my John Gill Self-Defense YouTube channel. Okay, you can see all this kind of stuff. Boom, 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 whatever. If they're actually stabbing me. But if you're just holding a knife at me, I go, bye, and I'm going to run.
Yeah.
We actually practice. That's why F is for fitness. We practice running. And we actually encourage you to learn how to run.
Yeah.
So you can run
Avoidance.
away. Yeah. So if you're just holding it at me, I mean, I could parry it. I could just go boom, boom.
Well, I think
could.
if the person harass you, don't confront them. I think stay away.
Of
Because
course.
things will
Right.
happen.
Of course.
I mean,
Yeah.
Asian hate, okay? And I believe their last name is actually last name of my mom. It's happened in California. So this guy is actually, harassing them. And I believe that what they did, they confronted him. So that's why it's escalating the
Yes.
fight. They should not they should just go away.
You have to leave your ego out of it.
Yeah.
If someone confronts you and calls me, think, okay, no worries.
Yeah.
You got to keep it cool
Yeah.
and just say, I'm sorry if I bumped into you. I'm really apologetic, and step back.
Yeah.
So you go to these pubs or clubs. We call them pubs in Australia.
Yeah.
You bump into somebody because it's so crowded, and they go, "Oh, you bumped into me, mate," or whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
And just say, I'm so sorry. Can I buy you another drink?
Yeah.
And look right in the eye and smile.
Yeah.
It's really hard to hit somebody when they're smiling at you.
Spot, like in a
If I go,
parking spot.
you bumped into me first. What do you think you're doing, mate?
Yeah.
Of course I'm going to get in a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then his girlfriend's watching him. I'm not going to take that from that guy in front of my girlfriend. You know what I mean? Then it escalates for no reason because I bumped into you.
Yeah.
So you've got to keep it cool.
Yeah.
That we teach a lot of this stuff. I teach the first thing I say to the girls regarding domestic violence or women is say, there's 7 billion people in the world. Hang out with the right people. Do not go out or even hang out with, whether it's male or female, someone that's jealous, angry, aggressive, right?
Yeah.
Bad temper. I'm not just talking about someone throwing a tennis racket in the court. I'm talking
Correct.
about very aggressive kind of, personality.
Yes.
Okay, fine, bye.
Yeah.
I don't
just
need
have
that.
to
And this is
stay
where the domestic violence comes in, and you add alcohol or drugs to it, and they'll kill their wife
Yeah.
Yeah.
and their kids or something. It's ridiculous. You've got to really be careful who you hang out with.
Yeah.
You are a part who you hang out with, and you've got to really be very careful who you date. If they show any signs of jealousy whatsoever, that's it. That's it. You saw you talking to that guy last night, because they're insecure, right? So,
Right.
Yeah.
and all this stuff, the bullying, the jealousy, the anger, it comes from their insecurity. That's why everybody did traditional martial arts
Correct.
and build up this self-esteem and confidence. Then they wouldn't be jealous. That'd be really cool. I'm feeling good, and we're all happy, and have some sport and fun, and unite together.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
I think everyone should go through behavioral and mental health counseling.
Yes.
What do you think? I mean, they should not be excused.
Well, there should be a
Mike,
parenting course.
right?
There should be a
They
parenting
should not-
course.
Right.
No, I mean, I suggest, right, we should go through all those, counseling, behavioral and mental health. You know why? Because remember the pandemic attacked us for 2 years. And so many kids go through that. Until today, they're still feeling it. I mean, everybody should go through that. I mean, there's no should be saying only homeless. No.
Oh no,
It should be
the homeless
everybody.
and the vulnerable, the
Yeah.
poor. We have systems. We have for elderly as well. We modify the techniques for the elderly. I was on TV back in the late 80s when there was a granny killer, unfortunately, around in Australia, and I was teaching them how to use their walking cane and what they can do. It's harder. It is harder. But I do suggest, at least in America, definitely get some mace spray. But you can't always get to it. Someone comes up behind. So, for example, someone comes up behind like this. You won't have time to get your mace spray out.
Right.
So you'll need to know the physical technique. So this is bring both arms down, and this is where a lot of attacks for women occur, either a mouth gag or a forearm choke, and the technique's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Pull down, step to your right a little bit. No, to your right, slide. So I'll show you a mark first, and
Okay.
I'll show
This
and
is
the
my
audience.
right.
Okay.
I'll show you a mark and the
Okay.
audience here. So I pull, drop this here, and then elbow up. So once I hit him in the groin, he will let go. Do you want me to hit you in the groin, Mark? Do you really want me to do it? You have to act, Mark. You have to act as I hit the groin. Otherwise, I'm really going to do it, all right?
I saw his
He did a pretty high grab then. So the same thing. Now, what I did is I moved my hips. If I can slide my feet to get to the groin, good.
Yeah.
Or if I can't slide my feet, I'll move my hip so this fist can go on their groin. Otherwise, I'm swinging at nothing.
Right.
I'll hit their thigh. So let's check this. So step to your right. That's that one. Your right, not the audience's right. And then drop that in there, back fist. Then drive this elbow. I'll come down because it hurts me. And then drive this elbow back up. Now, why I teach the 1, 2, because if they've blocked that and it didn't hit their groin, then I need to do something else.
I think I need to start.
may even need to do something else.
I think I need to start doing exercise because so that I have more energy, because
Well,
my
we'll have a
body
program.
right now is
Yeah.
like feminine.
We'll have a program, and I'm getting it in some cities. The Safe Seminar program's one. The other one's Defence Fit, and it's to music. It's all the music, boom, and it's all boom, 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 all to music, bam, 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 bam. It's so you're getting the exercise like aerobics, which women love. Well, generally people love, but women love. They love aerobics, and you get the technique
And muscle memory, right?
and muscle and I'll do this as part of the technique. boom, boom. Because it's muscle memory. It's just practicing without a partner.
Right.
So you're not endangering the partner.
Yes.
So they can still do full
Go
action in the
ahead.
air, and I'll do
Go ahead,
punching bag
Joseph.
work.
Let's stay sit down.
Yeah.
You go ahead, demonstrate some. Go
Yep.
ahead.
Oh,
Mark,
you
sit
mean
down.
to the
Yeah,
music?
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay. Can we get some music on? Okay. So I'll practice, say, mouth gag. Boom, boom, you know. Someone grabs from behind my neck, for example, like a choke. It's boom, boom, all right? So I can do it in full action without worrying about a partner.
Right.
Wow.
And then I'll be, as an instructor, I might go behind them and put some pads up. Or in front, hit the pad,
Right.
rather than somebody else.
Mike, you want to be extra?
All right? So, someone grabs you like this, you go boom, boom, boom. All right? Someone does against punch. Someone tries to punch you, which I was going to show you. Someone, like against punch from there, bam, bam. Now, I've got this on my YouTube channel as well, John Gill's Self-Defense on YouTube. You can practice from there as well.
Yeah.
But it is good to do a safe program. That's USA, formerly Australian School of Self-Defense. There you go. I've got the steel jacket. But USASchoolofselfdefense.com. And we can do a safe program in your area. All right, so you can see how easy it is. Safe or defense fit. All right? There's some music going on here. So bam, you're going to be elbow, 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 kicking, punching, palms. You notice I get the hip into it for more power. Things like that.
Yeah.
So a lot of
I think we're gonna
knees.
be banned. By the way,
It's
we
a full body workout.
we don't own the music. We just want to play that. Once again, we don't own that music. We're just trying, okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's pretty cool.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Now it's something for everyone, I think. For that one, kids to the women to men can do it too. Like I'm probably encouraging families to do it together.
Yeah.
Young guys, 20-year-old guys, they're kind of more into the mixed martial arts and stuff. They don't just have to come do it, but I really want the families to come. So be more women, children, and families.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it sounds like just with awareness and avoidance, you can avoid 70% of all the problems, and maybe only 30% you might have to defend yourself.
And verbal de-escalation, they used to call it verbal judo as an expression. Talking away out of it, learning body language, how to act to yourself. Always keep your hands up and keep your distance. So if you do excuse me, where's Smith Street? So you tap me on the shoulder, for example.
Yeah.
Excuse me, would you wear? Well, actually, I probably shouldn't do that. So I'll do that. But I go, oh yeah, can I help you? And I talk with my hands like Italians do. I think I do a bit of that too. But I talk with their hands. So if you do have a go at me, so throw a punch, I can boom, boom, boom. Boom, right? I've got time. Now if I'm standing here, I'm talking. Oh yes, Smith Street's over here, and you do this. It doesn't matter how many world titles you won. I'm in trouble.
That's pretty cool. I mean, if we can have that. So you have a school in Los Angeles.
No, I don't have a school. I was going to do that, but now with all my traveling and everything, I just teach workshops. So I am getting in with some cities, and I'm actually going to write to Las Vegas as well to try and get into the city. This is where I won over world titles.
I believe me and Alan, we're going to do the workshop and also award, by the way. That's right. It's in a plan.
Yep.
We did one before that was like a Crystal Award, and I got to meet all the biggest martial art, including Richard Norton.
Aussie? He's an Aussie, by the way. Richard Norton,
was there. Richard Norton, I met him, and also Bloodsport, Van Damme. What's his name?
Frank Dukes.
Frank Dukes is there.
Yeah.
Art Camacho.
Art director, yep.
Well, it's so many.
Famous Alan Woodman, my mate.
All the biggest martial art people are there. Cathy Long, Cynthia Track. I met everybody, and it's so fun because I was young at the time. I think I'm only 26 when I did the Crystal Award with Alan Woodman. That's in San Diego. First time ever.
Yeah, it's been. It's amazing. I actually do a podcast as well, like Journey into the Martial Arts, interviewing people. It's just so much fun.
Johnson the Dragon, Don
the Dragon Wilson, he's the legend. We know Don.
Yes,
he's fantastic.
he was there also.
Yeah. Oh, they're great people. You find, martial artists creates a lot of humility. Some have the egos, but they normally get over that. If you get up towards the master level, and around master level and stuff like they've been doing for a while, you kind of calm down. You become part of it's the humility as well, and honesty, integrity, and the values of life. And that's what I'm teaching. I mean, most people come to me and say, like, I'll just give you one incident. One of the kids was working. One of the ex-students working at a gas station back in Australia, and I'm kind of filling out my gas because in Australia you actually fill up the gas first, then you pay for it.
Yeah.
And I saw this guy staring through the window, you know, the attendant, and I'm thinking, does he think I'm going to steal gas or something? You know, electricity, you know, I'm not going to steal. And then I went back and said, you're John Gill, you're John Gill. I said, yes, I am. And so I'm David Bradfield from Hapkido days. He was one of my black belts when he was a kid. This is years later, of course. Yeah. And he's at university and working at the garage there. And I said, oh, g'day, mate, how you going? I said, how's life, you know? He goes, great, thanks to you. I went, oh, okay, what do you mean thanks to me? I said, just all the philosophy. I've never had to use martial art, but I've developed so much self-esteem, self-confidence, and the philosophy about life in general you taught me was incredible. So thanks, mate. I'm sure your parents had something to do with it as well, but I appreciate that comment and a lot of I had a lot of those comments.
I'm sorry, Jan, we're going to go on a break because I have a technical difficulties. Actually, one of the logo is actually facing me, so I believe. Yeah, it has to be moved. But anyway, we'll be right back. Keep going. We're just going to be...
Okay, so you can do editing.
So we can just do shout out. Thank you so much for watching Arielle and Mark, and also Arielle Livetv. And thank you to all the viewers out there who are watching us. And of course, thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
It's so wonderful that I get to meet an Australian and a beautiful accent, and of course you love my accent.
Yeah, it is.
And also thank you to Mike for watching, and of course my boss in here, Jay Selva, and
hey mate.
Arielle is here, our accountant, and of course Jonalyn is here. Jonalyn, congratulations, she's gonna have a beautiful baby, and of course Dennis Matthew, who created a black box coming to, actually we are so 162 countries if you go on our live streamer. So the show is actually triggered to Facebook, YouTube, and also livestreamer.com right now to 162 countries. So that's the beautiful of live television online. Livestreamer.com, Arielle TV, Arielle and Mark YouTube, so you can watch it at the same time. If you don't have any Facebook, if you don't have any YouTube, you can go to livestreamer.com right now and watch our show every week. So that's the beauty about it. And by the way, yes, thank you so much. And we will do actually how do you call that, award again.
Yep.
So well, are we gonna go on break, Tech?
Yeah, if any of you, I was going to say, talking about 162 countries, I'm a big ambassador for Australia, of course. So I actually take a tour to Australia at the end of December for 3 weeks into early January every year, starting next year, like a tour all around Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Great Barrier Reef, finishing like in Melbourne.
Bring people with
people from America or around the world to Australia.
Fantastic, wonderful.
You'll be safe with me. Wait for those animals in Australia, you know.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back. The champion of what your category become the champion?
Self-defense. There's all different categories in martial art tournaments, and there's sparring, the fighting. There's forms competitions, weapons competitions, self-defense. I've really specialised in that and won a lot of titles in that since 1998 right through to now, 2023. I'm still the current world champion, winning in Las Vegas. This year the Winter Internationals in January, and last June the Open Internationals as well in self-defense category. So what it is you can see it on my YouTube channel, John Gill Self Defense. You can see me doing the action stuff, and the judges sit there and judge each group that go up. It's choreographed, of course, to show the techniques, and sometimes do it slow, then fast, so the judges can see the technique, and they'll judge on speed, technique, you know, power, everything. It's all that, you know what I mean, combined, practicality combined, and then they'll award each group. And luckily so far, I've pretty much won every time. So it's been great. And there's open and international sections for the self-defense. So it's been such a great journey since 1998 right through now.
But it's mainly the defense side of the...
Yes.
Not so much the awareness and avoidance.
Oh, well, this particular tournament is on the physical side because you're doing the action.
Right.
Right. Oh, you can see it on my YouTube.
Yes.
John Gill Self-Defense says World Champion Action, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So you can see what I do. So a lot of people don't even know in martial arts there's other categories.
Yes.
They just think it's fighting and sparring and stuff. They call it sparring actually, but there is. There's musical weapons. There's forms. There's self-defense. It's just awesome. There's demo team competitions. It's really cool. Yeah. It's very very cool to do this as an art. So one thing may not suit somebody, but they can specialise in another one and still compete.
Yes.
As a sport, as well as this. With 1 in 3 women being a victim of physical sexual assault, it's a necessity, unfortunately. But don't worry, we make it fun.
Right.
Actually, you have the F, SAFE as an acronym for self-protection, anti-bullying. I used to have fun and fitness, but there's only one F, so we made it fitness. And empowerment. It is fun.
Yeah.
So, but it's a serious... So, and I also do motivational speaking. That's called martial motivation, but it's the action incorporated with the motivational, you can do it stuff.
Right. And I really like the anti-bullying for kids. The other thing is, we talked offline about how long does it take for a child to start developing self-esteem and awareness and avoidance techniques. Does it take like a long time? Or?
Yeah, well, we used to do, as well as the regular traditional martial arts, and that's what most children go into, that it takes 3-4 years to get a black belt, for example. But it doesn't take that long to learn basic self-defense. You can do it like a 4-week course. Yes. You can do weekend workshops once a month or once every few months. If you keep practicing on your own or just generally, you can learn very efficient self-defense. Because remember, you're just striking and moving to get away. Right. You're not going in to score points like sparring. So it's something for everybody. And also, what I found, I used to do a lot of school holiday courses in Australia, which is like the summer program here, for example. Like 1 week, the kids improved immensely. Yeah. So I'm going to do that as part of the SAFE program. So when I visit different cities while I'm running around putting on my pickleball tournaments, I'm going to offer a week's program. So they may do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. 2 hours, and that's an 8-hour course, and they'll learn it really quickly. And remember, it's not that physical. It's physical, but it's not like aerobics for 2 hours. It's when sometimes we sit down and talk and do some, avoidance stuff, and then we get up and we have drinks and not alcohol, water. You know what I mean? So it's easy. It's easy to do a 2-hour program over say 4 nights, and you'll learn a lot. Yeah. And then you'd be ready, very ready to join your local martial arts, traditional martial arts school, Hapkido, Taekwondo, karate, etc.
All right,
this is a nice introduction.
We don't have much time, and we would like to say, go ahead, shout out to everyone and invite them to you do seminar around the world. Yes, thank you. We're doing seminars obviously throughout America, then my country Australia in October. And we're trying to get Frank Dukes there, the star of Bloodsport as well, to get across to Australia for some seminars with the martial art as well. And Alan Woodman and I do the SAFE program, so that's looking at October. And I do my general tour for people who just want to come and see Australia at the end of December, early January for 3 weeks. And then basically mainly America, then I'm going to go into Asia as well, and then Europe later. So this is like a world tour over the next 2 or 3 years. Wow. And implementing the SAFE program into every country in the world. And, there's a lot of countries that don't respect women, and the women need to learn this program. Yeah, that's true. So I won't mention some names, but I think you know some of them. So they need to learn this program and then follow up, practicing it. And then hopefully they can join their local traditional martial arts school, and they'll be more prepared for that, rather than the background going, I'm not sure what to do. Then it'll be bam, bam, it'll be bam, bam. They'll be ready. With practice, like anything, you become good. Yeah, I like doing it. Once again, thank you so much, John. And I enjoyed the little that I learned from you, and I need to do some exercise because I think I need to have.
Well, we're going
right?
to put a safe program on here in Vegas, and you're going to jump in, and you guys are going to have some fun. And putting music on and make it motivational as well, my martial motivation program.
Well, let's do the shout out.
Yeah, and then we need to, March 11th is Silver State Health Services Gala fundraiser. And what are some of the other events?
We don't call it gala because that is actually a groovy.
Okay.
Remember, we don't want you to spend money. We want you to donate money. That's why we want you to wear 70s. The 70s.
Oh, cool. That's my favorite music.
You know, bring your bell bottom. You know, you don't have, open your old closet and pull out the
and then
groovy.
do some self-defense music.
Yes.
Kung Fu fighting. Everyone was Kung Fu fighting. Ba, 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 ba.
So that's gonna be March 11, Orleans Casino at 6 p.m. It's a buffet, eat all you can. By the way, that's including drinks. Okay, and we are not here to just for you to come and pay. We want you to learn what we serve and what we do, because we collaborate. That's going to be Silver State Health Services in collaboration of Diversity Chamber of Commerce. Mark is a CEO for Silver State Health Services, and he actually does help the community and also some of the nonprofit organizations.
And I would love to have the SAFE program at the function.
He will be there.
I'll be there.
So that we can have companies sponsor events.
Yes.
Perfect, and give awareness to them and what we can do.
Right.
So I go into corporates and do this. I
Right.
did that in Australia, and I can do it in America.
And so
Correct.
why don't we put together a contribution where businesses can adopt a school and we can implement the SAFE program.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Mark, thanks,
So,
mate. You're brilliant.
let's shout out.
Fire up. Fear not,
Mom
fire up.
Alice Miaoka, we love you. We'll see you in New York. And also my mom in the Philippines, she said, Nini, they call me Nini. I always watch your show. Everybody watching our show, by the way. And of course, all the people around the globe who are watching Arielle and Mark now. I still have my show, Arielle Livetv. So we're just starting, and of course, livestreamer.com, we're collaborating each other, and we will have many, many shows. So, yeah.
That is awesome. You do a
and
great job.
Congratulations to you, and of course, your beautiful wife.
Thank you. Victoria.
And we look forward to sharing more about the SAFE program.
Oh, exciting times coming out. Thanks, Mark,
yes.
for your support, and Arielle.
Absolutely.
You guys are awesome,
Yeah.
and what you do at Silver State is just amazing. So
Yeah.
your contribution's amazing to people,
Yeah.
and together I think we can.
I think together we can do
the health
amazing things.
part and the sport part,
Right.
and the empowerment through this kind of training will be amazing, and I think we can get a lot of interest in help.
All right, once again, thank you so much. Mike is here, Jay is here, Jonathan is here, Arielle is here, Dennis is here, Trey is here, Mike is here, another Michael is here, and of course our technical director and a producer, no other than, I call her sister, Angel. You want to say something? To all the viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching us. We're right
Bye,
back.
everybody.
All
Take
right,
care.
See you later.